All right, and we are live. I am Doug Rucker, along here with my brother, Dean Rucker, who is in Clearwater, Florida. We've got Jeffrey Blackman, who is part of the Difference Maker Conference staff, instructor, leader. And then also we have Ricardo Guerrero Johnson, who is with us from Tampa, Zephyr Hills, Florida, Lithia Springs, Florida, right?
Lutz.
Lutz, Florida. God, I was honing in on it. And so Ricardo attended our last Difference Maker, so we'll be talking to him in just a little bit. But just want to remind everybody our next Difference Makers Conference is coming up June 8th and 9th right here in Kingwood, Texas. And this is a business conference. This is a little bit different where we talk about some business things, business systems, commercial selling, high-end residential selling. We talk about money matters things. We have an actual accountant, CPA, that comes in and talks about some tax things and budgeting and things of that nature as you're starting your business. Vaughn Cross will, of course, be there as well. But I'm going to turn it over to my brother, Dean, and he's going to get the ball rolling because he's an excellent host and mediator. Not mediator. What's the word I'm looking for?
Facilitator.
Facilitator. There you go. I knew it had an or in it. And plus Jeffrey Blackman, just every time we get ready to go live, is Dean going to be there? Dean going to be there?
He's here today.
Oh, man.
So take it away, brother.
All right. I love it. And excited about the conference. It's going to be great. And Ricardo, it was great seeing you there at the last conference and just reconnecting with you after meeting you a few years ago at one of Doug's schools. But hey, since you were there, why don't you tell us a little bit about, one or two things that impressed you the most about the Difference Makers Conference and maybe a takeaway or two?
Well, definitely. Thank you all for having me. What I can tell you about that was, when I got back, the word that just pops into my brain when I think about that conference was just life-changing. It's not just the guidance from Doug and Vaughn and Jeff and Dean and his wife and so on. The guidance, I feel like you guys gave us the secrets as well. The confidence as well to go out there and to view ourselves in a different way. It was just mesmerizing. It was inspiring. And I loved every single moment about it.
Awesome. Well, glad you're part of it. And I think you're bringing your dad back to this next one. Is that right? Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So the last conference was in February. And to be honest, every single day, ever since that, I reference something from the conference. I take away something and I bring it with me. And I feel like my dad being my business partner in this and, going on this journey with him, when the conference got announced that it was going to happen again, I immediately saw a full opportunity. And I told my dad that you cannot miss this, that I have to take you and I have to show you what I saw. And I feel like both of us inspired and just all, riled up, full of confidence. I feel like me and him could take on the world together. So
great. Awesome. Well, Jeff, good to see you again and excited about the conference. I'll never forget the, go slap a bear comment. That sticks with me, man. And I think about it all the time. Some people poke a bear, but not Jeff Blackman. Let's go slap the bear. I love it. So tell us what you're excited about this next Difference Makers Conference, Jeff.
I'm excited about June the 8th and the 9th. Most of all, just to pour back into others, what we have learned over the years and like I say, partnering with yourself, Doug and Vaughn, Miss Kathy and LaQuinta and Sharon. I'm excited just about, just being able to share some of the things that we have learned over the years, and not only just to teach people from our mistakes, and sharing with them on how to make a difference, not only just in their business, but in their personal lives as well, because there are some personal things about it. And what I like most of all about this conference, I'm excited about, is the transparencies in this conference as well.
Yeah, it's great. That's awesome. I think one of the most helpful things that I was impressed about was the way that after each speaker would talk, there was always time for questions and answers, for dialogue and for discussion. And that's where some of those principles just really get practical, and people are they're able to ask questions. And so you don't want to miss it. There's just a ton of great stuff. And Doug, we know the wives are invited, so tell us a little bit about that. I remember Kathy has a great talk.
Yeah, we are really focusing, and we're going to talk more about this tomorrow night when Vaughn comes on. But this is something that is kind of my passion, because I know early in our business, we had some struggles. We had some struggles building the business and getting it going to where it paid its own bills. And we were having to take some money from personal to float the business. So there were some conversations and things like that. So I just always wanted to make sure that anytime in my monthly school, anytime a wife wants to attend with the husband, I don't charge the wife. And so Jeff and Vaughn and I talked about, making sure that we invite wives for this and have some special time set aside for them and they can attend free. As long as the husband's paying, then the wife can attend free. And we've got time set aside where the wives can go off into a separate room with Kathy, Quinta, and Sharon and ask some of those questions that maybe they'd like to ask wives of people that started a business and struggled at first, or maybe not struggled, but have some other questions about a husband and wife working together. How does that work? How does that flow? All of that kind of thing. Or if the wife isn't involved in the business, how she can support from another, she may have another job or another career or whatever, how she can be involved limited, like Kathy was for all the years that she worked at the church, and now she's 100% involved in the businesses. So it's just a thing that we've always wanted to extend and say, hey, wives, y'all can attend free. We've got some special things set aside for them if they'd like to take advantage of that. And so just want to try to, just kind of reach out and help those kind of people that are going through that and going through a lot of what we went through.
Absolutely. Love it. And Jeff, I know you've got a striping course coming up soon. So just fill us in on the details on that, when and where, and all the details there.
Okay, yeah, we got a striping course coming up July the 20th and 21st right here in Spring, Texas, at my facility at 8826 Louetta Road, Suite 308, Spring, Texas. And we're excited about that course. I was excited that Doug got a chance to come in and do a keynote speak for us on day 2. And he shared some amazing stuff, and it still sticks with me now about these different windows that he was talking about, looking through the lens of these different windows. And the course is a phenomenal course. We encourage you, if that's something that, you're interested in, come out and give it a shot. You can register. You can go on my page and look at it. We post a link on a daily basis. And also we have a teaching about, what's the importance of ADA regulation laws, and what's the importance of fire marshal laws, and teaching you the different things of how many linear feet that's in a bucket of paint and what you should be making out of that bucket of paint. And also we have a phenomenal outdoor course. And with that course, we give the students an opportunity to get familiar with 2 basic machines, which is a Graco 3400 or a Titan 2850, showing them how to set it up, how to break it down, how to put the real paint in. We actually letting them use real paint, and we show them how to, on the outdoor course as well, we show them how to basically lay out a handicap from scratch, a new handicap. We show them how to lay out a hash mark. We show them how to lay out just a basic park in front of a building area. And also we let them, we go in the front of the facility and they watch us stripe a parking lot, but we have a saying that if they give us these 2 days, you won't regret it. We'll have you striping before you leave that 2-day course.
Excellent. Excellent. And I just want to say that while the speakers, for the most part, are in pressure washing or striping, that the conference principles apply to so many other small businesses. And so regardless of what kind of business or kind of work that you do, this is a great opportunity. The principles will translate or transfer into a painter's business, or maybe pest control, or I know there are all kinds of home service businesses. So we certainly want you to come regardless and let us help you with these principles. Ricardo, let me ask you this. Do you recall, did you meet anyone there? I know one of the cool things is, you're not there alone. You're there with some other folks that travel from all over the country. And I just wondered if you had a chance to maybe meet a new friend. Have you kept in touch? Was there anyone there that you remember that, you spoke with that encouraged you in any way?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, I believe there was 8 of us there in total, 8 to 10, and just a family that was built there during the conference. We all went out to get lunch that first day together, and then the second day, well, there was just a few of us, and then the second day, day 2, we all went down to the Mexican restaurant that I think Doug recommended, and it was actually all of us there. So it was a great family built, and I have kept in touch with a few student in Texas, and the other student is in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. You know who I'm talking about.
Carlos, yeah.
Carlos, yeah. And we just it's a family that was built, and that we're all so blessed, and we're all in this big group chat, and we all just consider ourselves disciples of these great gentlemen. And we sometimes we put a little motivational text in there. We put a little hey guys, good luck, and we even talked about possibly seeing each other at the next conference.
Awesome. I love that. It's great to build those relationships, networking, exchange phone numbers, email addresses. It's great. You can kind of hold each other accountable. Maybe, maybe you have a question that somebody else might help you with. So that's awesome. And I'm glad you're able to build those kind of relationships. Doug, I know you've got some things planned for the Difference Makers Conference weekend, other than just the conference itself. So tell us about that real quick.
Yeah, so we, of course, have the Difference Makers Conference June 8th and 9th. That's a Thursday and a Friday. And so that's $249 a person. And if you are bringing your wife, like we said before, your wife can attend free. We do have also a special room rate at the Kingwood Courtyard Marriott. That's where the conference is being held. And so you can get a room there. I think it's $109 a night. Plenty of restaurants and shopping right there within walking distance, but they also have a shuttle as well. And it's a nice hotel, very nice hotel, great staff. So that's June 8th and 9th, the Difference Makers Conference. And then the following day on Saturday, June 10th, we're having an open house at the store for anybody in the area. We try to do these twice a year. I think we did one last February or March that you came out to, Dean. And then we didn't have one the rest of the year. So we're wanting to have another one. Just thought this would be a great weekend. So it's just an open house. We're going to have some donuts, coffee, just for people to come in, meet us, talk shop. If they have any questions about any type of equipment or guns or wands, we're not necessarily there to sell anything to anybody. If they want to buy something, that's great. But just kind of a meet and greet. And also, it's a great opportunity for other pressure washing contractors, roof cleaners, whatever, to meet other people and start networking, because like Ricardo was saying, that's so important to have guys like that are by your side, that are just a text away when you need encouragement or need advice on a job or whatever. When you're in a group of about 8 guys like he is, you're generally going to get somebody that can answer pretty quick and can help you out when you need that. So that's June 10th, and that's mainly to do, just some networking and meet and greet and talk. And then nothing planned for that Sunday, but then I think it's the 12th and the 13th is my regular monthly hands-on training that I do every month and have been doing for the last 10 or 12 years. So, last time we had some people that attended the Difference Makers, and we had an F9 training event on Saturday, and then they attended the Monday, Tuesday. So just seemed like it was a good opportunity to try to have something going as many days as we could, to give people an opportunity to come in and stay as long as possible and get as much education and networking as possible.
Awesome. And there's a couple of other speakers that'll be at the conference. Mitch, Doug, tell us about Mitch. And then in a minute, Jeff, tell us about Vaughn. Just briefly fill us in about their role as speakers.
Yeah, Mitch is planning to attend. Last I talked to him, I think he was going to be able to. So I don't know that I've got it 100% confirmed, but I'm pretty sure he's always just said anytime you need me, I'll be there. But Mitch is Vice President of Human Resources for Weber Corporation, that builds all the highways and interstates around here in Dallas and just all over the country. And he'll be the opening. Usually is always the opening keynote speaker at any one of my events. Always just brings a great, encouraging, motivational, and challenging word all at the same time. It's just phenomenal. He's a phenomenal speaker, and I'm very, very blessed to call him a friend, and very, very blessed to have him come and speak. And he's part of my little, as you remember, we had a little accountability group called Band Group, that we played golf all the time, met and had devotionals and Bible study at Chick-fil-A years ago. Now we're too old to play golf, and we just talk about playing golf. But he'll be there as well.
Awesome. So that's Mitch. And then Jeff, Vaughn will be there. Tell us about Vaughn real quick.
Oh, Vaughn is an awesome guy. And Vaughn has a way of, I always say, he has a way of setting ice to an Eskimo. And, the last course that we had, he gave an illustration, and he said that he was going to step it up at this conference, the Difference Makers Conference, this time, about giving the illustration of using 2 people, as one as a gatekeeper and one as a salesperson that's going in and try to get that contract, get past the gatekeeper or whatever, and showing an illustration on how, I'm not gonna go too much in it, but how you don't never want to reduce the person down at the front, showing them that they're not the manager or that you don't want to talk to, and how that conversation that he did, the illustration was how he was able to switch cards, and showing how that person went back and telling the manager when he came, oh yeah, this is Vaughn, the guy I was telling you about. And it was just a phenomenal illustration that he gave. And Vaughn is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Vaughn has a way of just reaching people.
Sure.
When he talks, get on anybody's level.
Yep. And listen, for anybody that's wondering, all of these men are men of faith. They're not going to cram faith down your throat. It's not a big evangelistic event or anything like that, but they're men of deep faith. They believe in prayer, and if there's any way that they can help you with that as well, they'd be glad to pray for you any way that they can. And so these are spiritual men as well. So now, Ricardo, one more time, I want you to just kind of let us know, what was the biggest takeaway? I mean, the biggest takeaway for you from the Difference Makers Conference last time?
Man, there's so many, but just to name one, I think the biggest one was, I think it was I think it was when all three were up there on day 2, where the saying was, don't take the elevator, take the stairs. We wanted to, I think it's important to kind of embrace the mistakes that we make and to kind of just enjoy the journey on the way, because it's just all the way up from there. And I feel like, these, great people that have I believe that there's over, 50 years of experience in this industry all in one together in one setting. And, I feel like they minimalize our chances of making mistakes at this conference, just to what they've been through, and to share that with us, it's key. But, to upgrade equipment, that time will come, to kind of take a leap of faith, that time will come to go out there and be scared and try to upsell your stuff, that time will come, but
yeah,
I think that was the biggest takeaway, because just by my own experience, I'm just always afraid of messing up. But like you mentioned, especially, the term over the weekend was to slap some bears, but when I was on my way home on that flight, I walked out of there like I could wrestle a bear and I could win. And it was just amazing. The confidence that this whole weekend gave you, it was just exactly what I needed.
Awesome. So listen, go online right now, pressurewashingschool.com/events. Register today for this Difference Makers Conference. Phenomenal, dynamic speakers. You're going to meet a ton of new friends. You're going to be able to take notes. You're going to be able to ask questions and dialogue with these speakers and really get practical strategies. Just daily, methods that you can implement and apply as soon as you get home. So we want to see you there. We want to help you any way we can. We want to encourage you. We want you to help you grow your business. And so I hope you'll give us the opportunity to do that. So Doug, why don't you wrap us up?
All right. Well, thank you, Dean, and Ricardo. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experience. Just to give you a little short, quick story about Ricardo. Ricardo joined the online video school, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think it's been. And he just happened to call the office one day and had a couple of questions, or call my cell, had a couple of questions. And I said, hey, you're in Tampa. I'm headed to Clearwater tomorrow. Got to clean some hospitals in a couple of days. I said, would you like to come out and get a little training, a little on-the-job training, a little experience? He said, man, yeah, I would love that. I want you to know that every time I told him, I don't care if it was 10 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning or whatever, he was there, man. And he was there before us, waiting in the parking lot or texting, where y'all at? Where do I go? It got to the point where we're like, okay, let's don't invite him, because he's just asking question after question after question. But no, it was great. I even turned him loose on one of the facilities there and had him do the curbs. Told him to give me a price. He gave me a price. I think he learned the lesson there. It took him a little while, but he did. That's part of those mistakes that you just learn. Okay. Yeah. So, but he slapped that bear. He slapped them curbs, and it took him a little while, but he did a great job. But that's Ricardo, just always, always wanting to learn, always willing to learn, very coachable, very teachable. And so that's what we love working with and love helping. So just know that if you come, and Ricardo will tell you that, I have a saying, just because the school ends doesn't mean the education does. We're here to help you long after. And, like you said before, you'll get into, if you attend, you'll meet some family. You'll create texting groups and people that you can always depend on for life. So that's the Difference Makers Conference, June 8th and 9th. And I'm going to let Jeffrey close us out.
All right. Get online, register today. You will not leave this conference disappointed. I can assure you, like they say, when you leave this conference, you will be capable of slapping a bear.
There you go.
Kingwood.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Ricardo, Doug, and D, y'all have a great day.
Good seeing you.
right.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Peace out.